India's journey to the moon by bicycle. Yesterday, very special day for India. India became the fourth country to successfully land a spacecraft on the moon, changing world history and the first country to land a spacecraft on the moon's south pole. The Indian Space Research Organization is working hard on this. I am very proud of the journey that the Indian Space Research Organization has taken since its inception. As a lover of science, today is a special day for me. In the 1960s, the company began to operate at a very low cost. Initially, it used St. Mary Magdalene Cathedral in Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala, as its head office. In 1964, India manages to launch its first rocket. But what was special here was that part of the rocket were placed on a pedestal and brought to the launch pad. The team then takes steps to assemble the parts and launch the rocket. India spent very little money on this rocket, and since then, India has been spending very little on its space programs compared to other countries. However, with less money, Indian scientists have not been able to reduce the quality of their research. This is the reason why India has been able to achieve a unique name for its space exploration at a very low cost. But no matter how successful India was in its experiments, the Western world did not want to give them a proper evaluation. A perfect example of this is, in 2014, a cartoon was published in the New York Times about India's Mars exploration program. The cartoon was published alongside an article on India's low-cost Mars exploration program. The cartoon showed a farmer with a cow knocking on the door of a room marked Elite Space Society. There were two men in the room, reading a newspaper about the adventure in India. There was an outcry across India over the cartoon, and although the newspaper later apologized for it, it clarified the view of Western countries towards India. The main reason for this cartoon was the successful orbit of India's Mangalyaan robotic exploration vehicle around the planet Mars in 2014. The unique event there was that the total cost of the operation was $74 million. This makes it the cheapest interplanetary space mission ever. In 2017, ISRO set another world record. One of these satellites is capable of carrying 104 satellites into orbit. With this successful orbit launch, India's Times of India published a cartoon in 2014 satirizing the New York Times cartoon. There, the farmer was accompanied by a cow that had been published by the New York Times, was in the room with the cow at this time, and the cartoon showed people from foreign countries knocking on the door wielding their rockets. However, with this, India has shown the world the strength it has achieved in the field of space exploration. From that moment on, they began to show some respect. With this, India was determined to cross the moon. They are planning to send Chandrayaan 2 to the moon in 2019. However, the plane fails due to a malfunction on landing. Scientists are deeply saddened by this failure. This failed attempt is a blessing and a lesson for India to create Chandrayaan 3. Today, it has successfully landed on the moon. This trip to India on the basis of so few and so many people's enthusiasm is very exemplary. If there is a commitment, the best example is the Indian ISRO.